Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to SoulSpace Podcast number
62?
62, I think.
62.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. We're gonna do a little journaling exercise today.
Yes.
Talk about, how journaling can help you. I
Wait,
forgot what the title was.
Tracy, I love you. We're going to talk today about the power of journaling. The power of journaling, how it can help you along the way. We're going to do some exercises with you, which are super powerful, wonderful ones that we use in coaching with our clients. So kind of exclusive. We love them.
Yeah.
These are things that we use in our own lives as we're trying to continue to move forward and things as well. We're going to also take you through a focus wheel today on a topic which we love. And it's like step one in really beginning to shift and move forward in a positive way. So we're excited to do all of this with you today. It's going to be interactive. So get out a pen and paper or a journal that you have or your computer, whatever you want to work on it on. For the focus wheel, it's easier to have a piece of paper because you actually draw a circle and you use it as a wheel. So I suggest paper and pen. So go grab that right now while we're talking too.
Yeah. And there is magic in actual writing sometimes.
There really is.
I don't know how to explain it, but it really, I feel like it gives you a more real feel to it. And it does help you manifest things when you write them down.
And handwriting,
physically,
handwriting really speaks to the subconscious mind.
Right.
And that's what's so beautiful about it. You know, if you kind of research it a bit, there's a lot that has to say with, if you're looking to remember something or manifest something in your life and create it, to write things in blue pen. Because that blue writing sticks into your subconscious mind more easily than black or red or a different color. And so that can be also very useful for any of these techniques of things that you're wanting to create in your life. Blue pen and white paper is really one of the best things you can do if you want it to also enter into your subconscious, which makes things happen faster.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you were going for.
Yeah, it was. Took the words right out of my mouth.
I did. That's what we're here for.
Awesome. Yeah.
This is why we make good partnership.
Yeah, that's why we are partners. We feed off each other on these things.
The best way.
Yeah. Okay, so talk about the focus wheel.
Yeah, I think we're going to start with the focus wheel today. So we've done a deep dive on this previously in one of our podcasts. So feel free to also look at that one because that's a super powerful podcast as well when we talk about this. But so I'll just give you a little bit of how we're going to do the focus wheel and then we're going to do it together. So I'm really excited. So get your pen and paper, pause this if you haven't already and get it. Okay, so the focus wheel is a technique that was introduced in Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. A lot of people know them by Abraham Hicks because she channels Abraham. And this technique is really powerful. It's a wonderful technique if you're wanting to improve the way that you feel. If you're wanting to focus on moving forward in your vibration. So this is a beautiful technique that anybody can use at any time of the day. It only takes a few minutes. So I'll explain how we're going to do it and then we're going to do it together. All right, so here we go. With the focus wheel, what you do is you draw a circle. So draw a circle on your piece of paper right now. And then in the center of the circle, you're going to write a statement. And that statement is going to be the statement that you're going to do your focus wheel on. And so in that statement, you're going to write that in the middle. And then around the circle, you're going to write other statements, positive statements. So this is on focusing on positive statements, right? So as an example, let's say you put in the middle, I want to, and this is just going to be something super frivolous. I want to manifest $1,000 extra this month. Great, write that in. I want to manifest an extra $1,000 this month. And then you're going to start writing the statements, the positive statements that come to mind around that, around the circle. And you can do them like at the points of a clock if you want to. Then you can do all 12 statements, or you can do 5 statements, 6 statements. I always suggest anywhere from like 6 to 12 statements is good in getting that momentum going. And so like the first statement could be something like, it would feel really great to have an extra $1,000. I look forward to spending that extra $1,000 on paying off that $500 credit card debt I have, and then maybe going on like $100 shopping spree for my spouse. And then it could be your second statement. And then let's say the third statement, you think of, oh, but how am I going to get that $1,000? Well, that's a negative statement, right?
Right.
So if you get a negative statement, what you do with that is you go, okay, well, that's not a positive statement. So I'm going to set that one aside and just kind of let it go. All right. So we're like, okay, we're going to let that go because that's about the how. That's not really what I want to focus on those positive statements about having that $1,000 because I'm excited to have it. It's going to be fun. Okay. So what's the next statement that I get? Okay. So I think about that $1,000. When I think about that $1,000, I feel joy that I get to give to myself and I get to give to my spouse. That's going to be amazing. So I'm going to write that down. And then you keep going around the circle. So as you get if you get a negative statement, that's okay. That's part of how our mind works. It's always trying to protect us and trying to help us to think of the ifs, thens, and whys and all the things.
Yeah.
But that's okay. But you can just say, thank you, mind. And you're going to be like, but we're going to set that one aside for later. I'm focusing on my positive statements and just go back to it. And you might have to do that a couple times, or you might just go all the way around with all the positive statements. Both are great because what you're doing is you're refocusing and you're allowing your vibration to rise around that statement. You're allowing yourself to get positive around that statement. You're allowing yourself to think those positive thoughts about that statement, and all of those things are moving you forward on that statement that you're focusing on.
Yeah, it's, we really don't want to worry about the how at all.
Right.
Because that is letting our mind get in the way, right?
It's a sticking point for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah. So if we're just focusing on having that, getting whatever that is, extra $1,000 or whatever it is, new car or, a remodeled kitchen or whatever it is that you want.
A new kitty?
Yeah, new kitty. No, I don't want that. But anyway, we don't want to even think about the how right now, because that is probably going to get in the way of allowing that in, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of people that could be a sticking point because that's where they're like, but how? Well, we're not worried about that. What right now we're wanting to get on the vibration of allowing that in. We want to get on that vibration of how it feels to have that thing, because that's where that thing is. That's where the receiving mode of getting that thing is in that positive feeling, that positive vibration. It can meet you there. Right. And so that's where we want to get to. So that's where we're starting at the statement and then we're moving along. And what's really cool, as you go along, it gets easier and easier because you're building that momentum. And it also, you'll find you just get more statements and more statements. And if you want to keep going more than once around the wheel, go right for it. That's perfect. Or if you want to do some leveraging after, we've talked about leveraging. Check out other podcasts if you want to know what that is, because that's one of our favorite things. If you want to do some leveraging after, that's good too. And just say, I allow all these good and wonderful things to come to me. And it's going to be fun. It's a fun process. So we're going to do it together, and we're going to do it on a particular topic and one that's going to help you begin to move forward no matter what your goals are. Right.
Yeah. And it makes it fun. It makes you get into the feelings of having that thing and creating it. You'll maybe think of some steps that are going to help you get there.
Right.
Things when you get in that feeling and that forward motion of it by going around the circle with your thoughts and your feelings, that come along with that. It's little steps are going to come and you're going to get ideas like, oh, I could do this. And you might want to keep a little extra list over here of the things that are starting to come to you. So.
Right. Because you're getting into the vibration of receiving it, which is also the vibration of the solutions of the how.
Yes.
Right. Not that you're going to get that immediately, but you might. And that's why it's fun to write those inspired thoughts down.
Yeah. Yeah. And if nothing comes to you right away, just keep thinking about it. Keep putting yourself in the place of having that thing
Mhm.
that you wrote down.
And if
And
you
it's-
even just get to the feeling of feeling a little bit better on the statement,
Right.
you have made miles of progress.
Yeah.
That's a huge win. That's exactly what we're going for.
Right.
You don't have to have any other goal besides, I want to feel good. I want to feel better on this topic. And by the end of this, I want to feel great at the end of my wheel.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So the focus wheel that we are going to do today together with you is I want you to write a positive statement about how you want your everyday life to feel. Is there a particular emotion that you want to be in every day? Do you want to feel joy every day? Do you want to feel happiness? Do you want to feel satisfied? Do you want to feel excited? Do you want to feel passionate? Think about, how do I want my life to feel? And write a statement based on that feeling of, like, it could be a couple of them, right? But I just want you to write one statement about how I want my life to feel every day.
And maybe don't put I want to. I feel.
I feel,
happy.
make it current.
Make it
I like
as
that.
current,
That's very
yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. Otherwise, sometimes you're making yourself think, I want this, and you're always gonna want it, but in the present tense, you have it already.
Present tense makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up, Tracy. Okay, does everybody have a statement? If not, you can pause this video and restart it again once you write your statement. But I'll give you an example. Do you want to give the example of what you wrote too? Both of us? That way
Sure.
they can have an idea of some of the things. So I just wrote something really simple. I said, I feel excited to wake up and live my life.
Awesome, I like that. I put, I'm having so much fun. I'm in my life. I'm filled with happiness, joy, and excitement.
I love it. So it can
Yeah.
be simple or it can be more complex. It doesn't matter. It just has to be something that feels good to you when you write it or when you say it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we each have our statements in the middle of the wheel. So now you're gonna go to the outside of the wheel. So I have my wheel and I have my statement in the middle of the wheel. It doesn't have to be beautiful, right? I'm a perfectionist and it's not beautiful. So we can all deal with the fact that it may not be beautiful, because this is just for you. It's just for the example. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna write the first statement at 12 o'clock on a clock. So right at the middle of the top, write your first statement that comes to mind along those lines. So I feel excited to wake up and live my life. So think your statement and then write down the next one that comes to you. Okay, so just as an example, so to kind of help you get the momentum going here, I wrote for my first statement, I love waking up excited every morning. So it just kind of reiterates that statement. But then the next will go to the next, go to the next. All right, so we're just going to take a couple minutes here and have you write along your wheel, however many that you want to do. If you want to do more after we've moved on, just feel free to pause this video and come back and continue with us, okay? All right, so we're going to give you a minute. Okay, so we both have our wheels completed. If you're still working on yours, pause this video and come back to us, but we are completed. So if you look at the wheel, I've got statements all the way around it. I like to do the clock positions because I'm that way.
And I just put 4, but mine are kind of long. But I like to do the clock too. And then I'll probably add more in, after a while, but
Mhm.
it's fun to come back to this and to add things as you go.
Right.
And we're gonna talk about journaling in a few minutes, and
Yep.
after you journal a little bit, you can add more things to your wheel. So it's so fun.
Right. And so think about, how did you feel when you began this? And how do you
Mhm.
feel now that you
Yeah.
finish it? Because for me, I feel pretty good starting it, but now that I've finished, now like I feel like I'm smiling more, and I feel like it was really fun. And I was like, yeah, I really do love living my life. And
Yeah,
my last statement that I wrote was life is fun.
awesome.
And when I wrote it, I felt that.
Yeah,
And that's what's really cool about it, is as I'm writing these statements, I feel it going up and up and up and up and up. And I can see as I wrote the statements, the vibration of those statements kept going up and up and up.
yeah,
And they might have gotten shorter, longer, been the same length, didn't really
Mhm.
matter, but I could feel it as I was going around the circle. And that's what's really fun about it. And like I said, if you even go from one notch to the next notch emotionally, it's
yeah,
a win with a focus wheel, because what you're doing is you're bringing yourself up, even if it's one baby step. That makes a
right.
huge difference in vibration and what you're putting out there, and also the results you're getting in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, it's kind of like working the emotional balance scale, like we've
Mhm.
talked about so many times. It just keeps lifting you up higher and higher and higher, and pretty soon you have it.
Yeah, and not only that, but you have now focused on something that you want for over a minute.
Right.
And when we're talking energy and vibration, if you
Yeah.
can focus on something for 17 seconds, you have gone miles. You've done millions and millions of minutes of work in that few seconds that
Yeah.
you focused on that positive, being in the vibration of having that thing. And
Mhm.
we've done a focus wheel for minutes.
Yeah,
That's huge.
it really is.
That's a
Yeah.
huge amount of work that you just did, and it was nothing, right?
Mhm.
You're like, yeah, I can do that. I can write a few statements.
Yeah, and the more you do this, the more those negative statements won't come up, or the how statements won't come up.
Right.
So keep doing it and use it on different things throughout the day or throughout the week. It's a good way to start out your week and kind of put a little thing in the middle, how you want your week to look, what do I want to accomplish this week?
Right.
It's just fun to use it in different ways, and you really will feel the momentum in your life once you start using it.
Yeah, focus wheels are wonderful. It's such an underutilized tool
Yeah,
and not everybody knows about it, which is why we're breaking it up.
yeah. I didn't know about this until I learned how to be a coach, and I'd never used it before. So yeah, it's really good, really fun.
I love it. Awesome. So that's the focus wheel. Give it a shot for yourself later on, maybe some topics that you want to improve your vibration on, or even just topics like this, where you just want to continue to improve how you
Mhm.
feel in your everyday life. You can do this focus wheel a whole bunch of times, and it'll be interesting to see how it changes
Yeah,
as you go through it. So
right.
like maybe try it a few days in a row and see how it changes each day. That could be such a cool experiment. And
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing from you about how it goes.
Yeah. We love your comments, don't forget.
We do,
So
yes.
let us know how it goes for you. So some other things we wanted to talk about today were journaling, and how to use journaling to kind of get a feel for where you're at on some subjects, and to start, paying attention to your emotions. We talk about that almost every week.
Right.
Pay attention to where you are at emotionally, and what's your body telling you. Just getting used to paying attention to what's going on.
Right.
in
And
your
also,
life.
where do you want to be?
Yeah,
Where are you right now? Acknowledging
Yeah.
that, like you were talking about, but also where is it that you want to be
Mhm.
with that as well?
Yeah,
And so we're gonna kind of combine that. And journaling is such a powerful thing, because it's amazing sometimes when you're writing the things that will come out.
Yeah.
And it can be a really cool experience where you're like, wow, I didn't even know that I was thinking that way. Or wow, I really do want that, or that feels really good to write that down. Like it feels like that resonates with me as I'm thinking about it, as I'm writing it. So writing is such a powerful tool. So we kind of wanted to just bring that to the fore today. We haven't really talked about that in depth.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're more of a typer, you like to type it in or whatever, it's okay to do it that way too.
Yeah.
Journals can be done however you want to do them. I like to do it in a journal, actually, a notebook or something, because I like to scribble or, doodle and stuff like that when I'm journaling too. So I like to art journal actually more than writing so much, but it's fun to do it all in one book, in one notebook. So you don't have to follow the rules. I'm a rule breaker a lot, but well, not so much, but I mean, I like to bend the rules, put it that way.
Right. You like to do things in a way that feels right for you.
Right.
And that's great because I feel the same way. I'm like, well, if I don't want to do it that way, I'm going to do it my way.
Right.
And that's beautiful because
that's okay.
You want it to be fun. You want it to feel good. You want to do this in a way that feels good to you, because otherwise you won't do it. Yeah. You want it to be uniquely yours and you want it to be authentic to yourself. So do whatever feels good to you. And, sometimes you can make a little cartoon face while you're writing, or do whatever feels good, but just do it, because it really helps you get things out and to figure out where you're at and what you want to do moving forward. So the first one, if you have your notebook ready still, is to write the emotions you want to experience on a regular basis. So do you want to feel happy, joyful, peaceful, confident, excited, passionate? Whatever those things are, maybe from your focus wheel, you can get an idea of that and just describe them in detail. Where are you at right now? And how do you want to feel moving forward? So just make a check-in on your emotions, like we talk about almost every week. Well, because it's so important.
Yeah,
it's so important. People always talk about, I feel stuck, I want to move forward. Well, checking in with your emotions, acknowledging them and being able to move forward from them, huge. Being able to master your emotions is one of the biggest things that holds people in that feeling of stuck. You're never stuck, but you feel stuck, and there are reasons for that. And the thing is like being able to do these thand is one of the keys to really moving forward from that and moving forward consistently from that. So you're not going back and forth and back and forth and back, because a lot of people do that back and forth, and that stinks. Yeah, that's hard. And sometimes you get further back than moving forward when you keep going. And nobody likes that. Nobody likes to take 2 steps back, 1 step forward. Nobody likes that. So what we're trying to do is to give you the tools to not keep going on that cycle. Yeah, to keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. So you can pause the video here and just think about it and write some things down. Where are you at emotionally right now? And how do you want to experience the world? And what emotions do you want to feel moving forward? Right. I can't do the 3 with this hand very well anymore, but I'm trying really hard. 3 things. I just can't. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Okay, so pause the video here. Do that exercise and then come back, because we're going to move on to the next. All right. All right. So now that you've done the emotions prompt, we're going to go on to the next one. So the next one is about relationships. So focus on your key relationships, like your partner, family, friends. What type of connection do you want to have with those people? Maybe think of just maybe 3 people that are really key in your life. And we want you to think about, okay, what do you want that connection to look like? Do you want to feel loved, supported, respected, appreciated? Do you want to have wonderful communication with each other? Think about those things that you want in that connection that you have with that person, in that relationship with that person. Maybe things that you already have, or things that you want to keep improving on, or maybe things that you don't have at all that you really want in there. So we want you to write those things down. So pick 3 people that are super important in your life and write about what you want in that relationship and that connection with you have with that person.
Yeah, perfect. Start now, pause.
Start now, pause the video.
Okay, we're back. The next one is, how do you want to feel and what emotions do you want in your work and your career path? And what emotions is that bringing you right now? So do you want to feel, think about how you feel right now, and then moving forward, how do you want to feel? Like, do you want to feel fulfilled, passionate, motivated, proud of your contributions? Do you want to feel financially secure? What are those things that you want your career and your work to do for you? So, kind of think that's something that sometimes you don't think about for your work. You just think, oh, I'm just getting a paycheck. That's the only reason I'm here. But you should love to do what you're doing to make money. And if you don't, you can get there.
Right.
You can enjoy what's there in your job right now, and then move forward and move up, or move to a different job that is more fulfilling. You can always be on the lookout for that. So just think about those things and write those down right now.
Pause the video.
Forgot to say that.
And come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've written down about your work and career. You want what you want that to look like and feel like. So we're going to move on to the next prompt. So the next one is about how you want to feel physically and your health. And this can be a big one for a lot of people. So we want you to focus on, okay, so not necessarily much about where you are right now. Because a lot of people, when they think about where they are right now, they think about all the things that are wrong, or all the things that they don't want, all the pains and stuff. So what we want you to think about is, we want you to start with, how do you want to feel?
Yeah.
So when you think about your body, physically, how it feels. When you think about your health, how your health is on a day-to-day basis. We want you to think about, how do you want that to be? What do you want there? How do you want your body to feel? Do you want to feel energized every day? Do you want to feel pain-free? Do you want to feel like, oh yeah, I can go for a walk today, that feels really good? Do you want to feel limber in your joints? Do you want to feel like, oh, I'm healthy all the time? Even if people around me are sick, I could stay healthy, and I love that about myself. I have such a strong immune system. What are the things that you want for your life? And we want you to focus on that, and the way that would feel, the way that does feel when you think about that, being healthy and what that feels like. So I want you to focus on that. So here's some more things. So energized can be one. I want to be strong. I want to be flexible. I want to be comfortable in my body. I want to be clear-minded. I want to feel good about doing health and fitness routines. I want to be able to have the time to do those things. How do you want your body to serve you on a regular basis? So think about some of those things and write them down. And I know we talked about those really fast. But you can always rewind a little bit. Oh, what was that other one that she just said?
Right.
So we want you to think about all of those things that you want for your body, for your health, for your fitness, for your health and fitness routine. What do you want that to look like and feel like, ideally, in the ideal world that is your life moving forward, right? And write that down. Okay, so pause the video here and write some of those things down.
Okay, we're back again. The next one is your living space. So your home, your environment, your yard, reflect on feeling at peace and inspired or creative in your home. Does your environment allow you to recharge and be your best self outside of your work? So think about those things and how you'd like to feel when you walk in the door at your house. When you open the door, what do you want to feel like? And then you can get ideas of things that you might want to change, move the furniture around, do some simple things. But first just feel and journal about what you want to feel when you open that door. And when you're sitting in the living room or cooking in the kitchen, maybe you want to go to each room and write down a little bit how you want to feel in each room. And that really makes a huge difference when you are decorating your home or moving your furniture around, or maybe you want to paint the walls a different color, anything like that. It really will spark some ideas of how you want to feel when you go to each room and think about it. So pause the video and do that now.
Okay, so now that you've done your living space, we're gonna go to the next one. And it's about your hobbies and free time. So I want you to focus on really experiencing the feelings. If you enjoy, what's that?
Learning, sorry, my writing, learning or a new challenge.
Oh, right.
Interesting things. Maybe you're gonna learn a new art form, or just things that you like to do in your free time, going on a road trip, painting, doing, crafting, whatever that is.
Yeah. So what are the things that you like to do? What are the things that you want to be doing?
Yeah.
And what does it feel like to do those things? So think about if you were kayaking and that's something you love to do. What does it feel like when you're kayaking?
Rock hounding.
Or rock hounding. Yes, we both love to rock hound, right? So think about like, oh, the joy of looking for, treasures and finding all this beautiful rock that I get to pick up and hold. This is so wonderful.
Yeah.
And, think about those things. What are the things that light you up in your free time and your leisure, the things that you love to do that you want more time to do? And think about what it feels like to do them, write down the feeling of it, and also write down what are those things that you want that time freedom to do, and what's that going to feel like as you get the time to do them.
Yeah, and maybe it's something that you loved doing as a kid and you don't do it much anymore, that you could bring back and do. I know I've done a lot of things from, like, I used to do a lot of art when I was younger, and now I've been back at it. Same with crystals and stuff like that. I liked them when I was younger, and well, now that I'm an empty nester, I can do it again.
Exactly.
So yeah,
maybe it's singing or a musical instrument. Maybe it's a sport that you love. Maybe it's being outside. Maybe it's kayaking or canoeing or fishing or gardening.
Yeah.
Like you said, the arts, literally
lessons,
anything. Yeah. Anything. The sky's the limit. If you enjoy it, write it down.
Yeah.
All right. Write it down. Write the feeling of it. All right. Enjoy that for a few minutes.
Press pause.
Pause it. And then come back.
Okay. How did that feel? Do you have some new ideas? Do you feel a little bit energized in your life? Some things that you maybe hadn't thought about before that you can bring back into your life and foster that joy and happiness that you want to feel?
Right. And think about, if there's some things you're like, wow, I'm not there yet. That's perfect because you're already on your way there by doing this exercise. So what you can go is, okay, well, what's my step one? What's one step that I can move forward towards feeling the way that I want to feel every day? What's one step I can take to maybe do one of the hobbies that I enjoy this week, even for 5 minutes, right? Like you can doodle for 5 minutes, or you can take a little watercolor paint thing and take that out and paint for a couple minutes, or you can walk outside because you love the outdoors. The options are limitless. So what's step one towards moving towards one of these things that you want for your life, the way that you feel, a new career, or even improving the one that you have? Think about what's one step I can take in maybe each of these areas this week, that would take 5 seconds to do, 5 minutes to do, or less, because we all have that little tiny bit of time that we could have a thought that moves us forward, or we could do an activity that moves us forward.
or, search a video and learn something new on YouTube,
Right.
or take a class of something you wanted to learn. There's so many online things you can do and YouTube videos that you can watch to learn something new, or, if you have an interest in something that you've always wanted to know how to do, you can search it and then maybe find something locally that you can go to in person to meet other people that do the same thing, and that'll create more relationships in your life, and you can just have a ball with this.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So powerful. Wonderful techniques. We hope that you guys try them on your own as well, besides just with us. Come back to this video and do it again later too. And you're like, oh, well, let's see where I'm at this week, right? It can be really fun to see that progress.
It really is. And it's fun to continue on just keep one journal specifically for these kind of prompts, because it's really fun to look back and see, wow, I've already accomplished all of that. I'm starting some new stuff now. So,
or wow, the way that I was writing before is so different from the way that I'm writing right now. It's so cool to see, like, I am improving. I didn't really notice it because you're with yourself every day, right? But when you look at how you were writing and how you're writing later, oh my gosh, such a difference. It could be so cool. So it's really fun to see that progress within yourself that you might not always notice.
It sure is. Yeah, it's really, really cool to see. You'll progress and you won't even realize how much farther you've come.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
So cool. Well, Tracy, speaking of learning something new, I know that both of us have some classes coming up. So I thought maybe you'd want to talk about what you have coming up if somebody wants to learn something new.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have 2 Reiki 1 classes coming up. One is on, I forgot the dates.
I have them over here for you.
Yeah. I was gonna grab that and I forgot. Not next Monday, but the Monday after, I think. Monday, September 23rd, and then I have another one on Monday, October 7th. So if you are local, they are local, not online, but Reiki is an amazing modality that can not only help you to receive Reiki from a practitioner like one of us, or to learn it. It really strengthens your connection to your higher power, to God, whatever you call that for yourself. And it really can do wonders by learning it. You learn so much about yourself and about that connection to source.
Right. And it's a tool that you can use every day to help yourself feel better. I use it every day on little aches and pains, or if I have something come up health-wise, but also for, calming my body and for feeling better mentally and feeling my connection. Such beautiful things, besides obviously using it for clients to help them with the same stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But it's such amazing. It's well worth, a day to learn it.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. How about you, Chris? What do you have coming up?
So I'm really excited too, because I am launching one of my first big courses right here. I'm so excited. So I have just opened up tickets for it. So if you're interested, check it out. I'll put a link here down in the comments. And you can also find it on my Facebook page after this. But I am launching a class on working with crystals. And so the name of it is Unleashing the Power of Crystal Energy, Crystal Healing Secrets to Uplevel Your Life. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to use crystals in different ways. I have 4 class modules that I'm going to teach you. If you want to do the VIP tickets, I'm actually teaching a 5th module along with a live Q&A class. And this first launch is live. So if you want to get on this class live, this is going to be the one time it's fully live class. But it's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. You're going to learn how to heal with crystals. You're going to learn how to use them in your daily life in all sorts of areas. You're going to use them for prosperity and abundance. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to teach you the bonus classes on crystal grids. So if you've ever been interested on how to use crystal grids, that's the bonus class. So you want to get VIP if you're going to do that. But join me for that. It's fully online. And it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm excited. So it starts on September 19th, 2024. So if you want to get in on that class, check out the link in the comments. And you can read all about it. I have all the information on there on Square for you.
Awesome. And you have something exciting coming up this weekend too, don't you? If
Oh,
anyone's
yes,
watching
I do.
from
So, if you live in South Dakota, South Dakota friends, I'm coming back to Deadwood this Saturday, with the Spirit of Souls, or is it Souls of Spirit? I always mix it up, Lori, I love you. But it's Souls of Spirit Expos. We're coming to Deadwood, South Dakota this Saturday, the 14th of
Cool.
September. It's going to be a ton of fun. So if you want to know more about my class, come visit me there. If you want to see me for an angel and spirit guide reading, I'm going to be there. And you also get to meet some of my family members. So that's going to be fun.
Awesome.
That'll be helping me there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a ton of fun. So come out to Deadwood if you're in South Dakota this weekend.
Awesome.
I almost forgot to mention that.
Yeah. And where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing. And then you can find me on my Square site, which I can never get through without laughing anymore, which is light-of-hope-healing.square.site, Light of Hope Healing with a bunch of dashes in between, .square.site. And then collectively on Facebook at Our SoulSpace. And then Tracy, where could they find you to learn more?
I'm at inspiresignals.com. Easy peasy.
Yeah, whatever. Hashtag get Carissa website.
And you can find my other links there. I'm gonna be revamping some stuff on my website, but I'm always at Facebook and Instagram too. Inspired Signals. What else was I gonna say? That's it, I think.
But of course, we're also on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube right here at SoulSpace Podcast. And I do have a YouTube channel too that is Inspired Signals, Tracy Koba, one or the other, both.
Both. And
I think it comes up as Inspired Signals.
Soon to be on other video venues as well.
Yeah. We're still working on that.
We are,
but
yeah, progress.
You can find us everywhere. Just look for our names, look for our business names.
Come and join us for our amazing classes. They're going to be a ton of fun.
Yep.
More to come.
Yeah. We'll see you next week on the podcast.
Bye, guys.
Bye.